Something strange is going on, and it's strange even for Donald Trump's standards. He is now regularly posting and reposting messages to Truth Social in the middle of the night.
Truth Social.
Forget about the fact that he sometimes doesn't even know what his own platform is called. Forget about that for a second. This really might be the end of Trump, but I want to be very careful about prematurely reporting the death of one's political career. They can come back. There were people in 2016 who said Trump has no chance, and of course they were wrong. Even recently, even close to the 2016 election day, I thought Trump had no path to victory. So let's be careful about declaring his political career dead. But Donald Trump does seem very damaged at this point in time. He's being kept out of the Georgia Senate race, Herschel Walker's race in Georgia. And he is now regularly posting nonsense to Truth Social all night long. Check out this really strange stuff. On Tuesday, around 10:30 a.m., Donald Trump posted in all caps, "Remember, you can never have fair and free elections with mail-in ballots. Never, never, never. Won't and can't happen." And then at 2:13 in the morning, early this morning, Donald Trump retrothed it, adding also in all caps, one more, never. Trump also posting at 12:15 a.m. this morning, "This election cycle reminds me so much of 2016, much more so than 2020, where I actually did much better, got 12 million more votes. Fox News and the Wall Street Journal, the Wall Journal, were terrible to me, much like today, until I won the election. CNN, when they actually had great ratings, was terrific. They covered me no matter where I went 24/7. The big difference is my record. Best economy and border, no inflation or wars, energy independence, record jobs, strong military, worldwide respect, and so much more." And then dozens, just dozens of other retroths. A retroth is sort of like a retweet because Troth Central just copied Twitter. But as you page down, it's just video posts and retroths and just endless posting, dozens and dozens and dozens of time. He also went after Karl Rove in one of his rants, posting, quote, "Rhino Karl Rove, a man with a losing record, the likes of which few political operatives would be able to get away with, including his loss to me in 2016. Fights so hard and so stupidly, but is constantly on Fox News and the once great Wall Street Journal, explaining how things should be done, and he doesn't have a clue. People can't stand him, a clone of even more unpopular Paul Ryan, who sadly runs Fox News, now on a very bad path. Rove is a denier of deniers, but it's completely misspelled, D-I-N-I-E-R. Am I missing something about what Trump is doing here? Misspelled denier of deniers, which makes him a fool. Watch." So the important question is whether Trump is actually weakened. Is Trump actually weakened right now? Well, what do the betting markets say? And what do the latest polls say? If we start with the betting markets, indeed, Ron DeSantis has as strong of a position in the 2024 Republican primary as he has ever had. Donald Trump is still in a very respectable second place. Now, the numbers need a little bit of interpretation. If you had a situation here where Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump had never been president and had either both or neither had announced that they were running in 2024, and you saw these numbers, you might say, okay, I mean, it's still very early. Neither has announced and neither has been president. 40-32. Okay, it's kind of not hugely meaningful. The difference is Ron DeSantis in the betting markets is now healthily ahead of Donald Trump. Ron DeSantis hasn't announced that he's running for anything. And Donald Trump has already been president of the United States. And yet, you see these numbers. That is quite interesting. We then can look at actual polling. And we're only looking at this like every couple weeks. It's not really a horse race yet. But it is interesting to see that the polling is quite split right now. A new YouGov poll has Trump up 6 over DeSantis, but notice it's only 36-30. And when you look at more data, you see that Don Jr. is pulling 9% in that poll. Imagine that. Mike Pence is pulling 8%, etc. Trump plus 6. There's another poll from Communication Concepts, which already has DeSantis plus 5, 45-40. And then as you read down the line, you see that there are polls in which Donald Trump is leading and polls in which Ron DeSantis is leading. But importantly, it is so early in this thing, and Trump has already been president, and Ron DeSantis hasn't even announced, that it is quite stunning to a degree to see Donald Trump polling this poorly. Trump was polling poorly at the beginning of the 2016 Republican primary, and so we're making no conclusions. But his increasingly erratic behavior, being kept out of Georgia when it comes to Herschel Walker, and both the polling and betting market data not looking particularly good, 2024 could be a very different Republican primary, and a contested Republican primary against a former Republican president. That is a very different situation and quite unique. We're going to follow it. I love reading. I read every day. No matter how I arrange my schedule, I never have enough time to read all the books that I want, which is why Blinkist has been such an important part of my life for years now. Our sponsor, Blinkist, is the app that takes thousands of nonfiction books, boils them down into an explainer that you can read or listen to in just 15 minutes, which includes all the most important takeaways from the book. With Blinkist, I can absorb the essence of 15 different books in an afternoon, so I can quickly gather insights from all sorts of perspectives, make connections, have those kind of aha moments that don't happen so easily, which is why I feel enriched when I use Blinkist. Blinkist also summarizes episodes of popular podcasts into 15-minute explainers, and with the Blinkist Connect feature, my girlfriend and I can share one account, share books, podcasts with each other, talk about them on the go. And don't forget, Blinkist makes the perfect holiday gift. My audience can try Blinkist free for 7 days and get 25% off after that. Go to Blinkist.com/Pacman. The link is down below.